Hey people, Positive Paul. Here we are, Sunday, June 2nd, 2024. And as I try to cobble this video together, all morning these sad sack Freemason CIA creep Satanists are buzzing back and forth. Now, they hit me twice with direct energy. Ooh, real tough guys, right? They continue this cover up, but what's going on at the very moment, see their whole system that they've been working hard at, this AI, everything, Big Brother, it's going haywire again. And the telltale sign is when you watch television or view anything social media, these freakazoid hybrids, these creepy chameleon Canaanite, these dirty dog Draco reptoid Hollywood hybrid hacks that fester on social media purporting their disinformation. And it's just amazing that the controllers, specifically Facebook and YouTube, are allowed to continue to get away with this. Now, I just put up 2 shorts that have these men in black flying directly over me, whatever their deal is, and they have no views after an hour, which it speaks volumes that whatever these nervous Nellies, whatever it is that's going haywire and they need to continue to cover it up, I seem to be one of the few ones, or at this point probably actually the only one, that will even dare continue this. Because see, once they unleash their buzzsaw, once the military-industrial satanic complex unleashes the machine on these so-called whistleblowers or a do-gooder, well, your days are numbered. And now here they come again. Look at this. Right there. Proof positive. Men in black again. As I'm trying to do this video, they don't quit. They don't go away. They don't want you people to receive this information because it destroys everything that they've been working for thousands of years now. Now quickly, this super soldier Sham, these little pissant, weaselly, well, let's keep it clean, that are pretending to be me, no less. I tell you, one goes down, pop goes the weasel. And you know what? I haven't been thinking about these numbnuts for a long time, specifically this James Rink, because see, he's one of the ringleaders, and his super soldier pals, specifically this Carrie Cassidy, Project Camelot, all these supposed do-gooders that are trying to expose the evil from within, right? The shadow government, the deep state, all this chump, the white hats. Well, and this must be kismet, because the other day, again, I'm only trying to do research on some plants I'm trying to grow, and this is right in my face on my feed. Rink is doing one of his interviews with his super soldier pals here, and it must have been about maybe 11:30 a.m. too, live. And of course, you know what? It's like I said, it's been a long time. I don't even think about this anymore, but they threw this at me and I couldn't resist, and it always pays dividends. And this speaks volumes to whatever it is they cannot stabilize, they cannot recalibrate. This technology that's holding these hybrids together, these freakazoids, and here we go. So Rink is doing this interview with Raw Cloud, and apparently Raw Cloud does most of the talking, and he's telling all of Rink's almost 90,000 subscribers of how they're working on creating a positive timeline. The super soldiers are fighting the galactic wars. You know, the secret space program, right, folks? All this nonsense. And trust me, they got something going on, and it's all boils down to witchcraft, the hocus pocus. But it's these shapeshifter ninnies. They can't keep it together. Once these lazy lying lizards start to go haywire, it's very difficult for them to recover. Now, this is right at the very beginning. And Rink does his introduction, and the super soldier starts to do his spiel. And you know, Rink, he can't keep it together because he's even, in his little super soldier pea brain, he's saying, oh my God, why am I still doing this? And I don't understand why they don't put this guy out to pasture, because he can't hold it together. So what happens is when they serve up their phony baloney, all right, things start to go a little screwy, a little wackadoodle. Now, the one thing I want you to look at is keep an eye on his eyes. Now, right here, it's hard to tell because it's not looking like it's coming through good on the iPhone, but you can start to see the electromagnetic spectrum on his eyelid. If you're looking at my iPad right now, you see a reddish hue, and then it looks like a greenish blue hue, and then it starts to turn just a little yellowish reddish. But over here too, that's not looking right. So Rink, he understands something's going wrong, like they all do, all right? And so what happens is you can clearly see, specifically, again, you got the slit eye, that's hard to tell, but this right here and that right there, this is when it's starting. So what happens is he can't keep it together. Now, when you look at the side of his face right here, how you come down with this fine straight line, but where his cheek is, it starts to oscillate. It's like, imagine holding your breath, keeping your mouth closed, and blowing your cheeks up with air and deflating them. So this thing, again, this is all, the action sequence is one right after another. You start to see the discoloration, the splotchiness I talk about. He looks okay there, but then, again, his cheek starts to pulsate, oscillate, and then the next thing you know, all right, he gets all MK Ultra. It's like Britney Spears. He's just staring into outer space. And also, look at his eye right there, people. All right? So he can't hold on. And then remember what I tell you about the pursing of the lips. All right? He knows it. He's going to have to do this, and now watch what happens. Ah, shit. What do I tell you, people? Some of us know this. Whatever it is to stabilize, recalibrate, the hologram, the technology, they got to touch theirself to keep them looking like the death-warmed over freaks they are. All right? These creatures looking all pale. If you saw this doofus without the technology, he would look like he just crawled out of a cemetery on Halloween. So what they do is, you can see too where things are starting to melt down right around this area. Watch. He can't keep it together. You see something going on with his eyelid there. He's trying. He's getting all nervioso. And it just gets worse. It gets worse and worse. Because these freaks, their days are numbered. Yahweh's coming back. Christ will be stepping on the Mount of Olives soon and splitting it in two and coming to redeem his children, his elect, the lost sheep of Israel. Get it through your thick heads, people. So Rink, he knows what's going on. And you could see these streaks start to form, the discoloration, the splotchiness that I always show you people, the ones that are still watching this, because see, YouTube totally has me shut down, but they keep me up so they can see what I'm up to and try to keep track of me down here in Mexico. They use my videos to figure out where I go, what I do. And soon as if I find somebody that might, want to support me, they do their best to break down that support. And it's pretty easy here in Mexico. Little tougher maybe in the United States, because I do think there's still good people, but they're not worried about this. No one knows about this. Social media has this whole issue, end time scenario, these hybrids, the mixing of the iron, the miry clay, don't mix. Daniel chapter 2 verse 43, they will keep a lid on this tight. I brought this up years ago, and the only one that ever followed my lead was God's roadmap for some reason, and there seemed to be a couple other ones that jumped on board. But this is our number one problem. They run all the institutions in the United States, medical, legal, judicial. It's filtered down to blue collar, police, first responders. This is how they gain control. It didn't happen overnight. Keeping things in a post-World War II perspective. These creeps are our grandparents that sold us out, our mothers and fathers that sold the American children out, Jacob. That's a high price to pay to have your soul stripped, the second death. Now, he can't keep it together. And what do I tell you? The garment spotted by the flesh. Look how it's starting to get right down here. And it gets worse, people. Do you see that? How many times do I got to show this? This is why you're not allowed to watch me. I don't know what you people on YouTube are doing. Excluding a few of you from that comment, because I know some of you mean well, and some of you have been seriously helping me out. You know who you are. I don't direct my ire. I don't lump all you into the same basket. But now watch what happens. Now some of you know about the Muggsy effect. Muggsy, take the boys, surround the house, and while you're at it, get me a stogie, okay? Now, the talking out of your side of your mouth effect. No one can pick up on this. Again, with the eyelid, electromagnetic spectrum. All right? This guy, look at his mouth. Again, it gets worse. Muggsy, take the boys, surround the house. We're gonna find that positive Paul. We're gonna get him. Don't you worry. Oh yeah, see? Yeah, could have been a winner, but I'm just a dopey reptoid hybrid. Someone pass me a cigar. Now this is just this is not right. Look at him puckering up. He's gonna give his super soldier pal a big fat kiss, right? What do you think they do in their closets at night? Huh? These freaks. And what happens, folks? What happens? That's right. Cover that dirty little mug of yours, James. Pretending to be me and your super soldier pals. These dead children, these dead boys. That these creeps between the years of 1980 and 83 out in Long Island. We don't know how many were stuffed with implants. Are they all dead? Am I the only one left? And remember, the age groups, people. See how the geometric pattern, as he tries to cover up the reptoid, freakazoid, hologram, whatever it is, this technology that goes haywire on these tears. That's right. He's ashamed of himself. So cover your face up, Brink. And there they are. You know, this guy, whatever, not much better. But it's a super soldier sham.